Happy weekend.
That's the one already.
It starts with the Lord's chicken nuggets.
We're serving the chicken the Lord's way. Unless it's a Sunday, my pleasure to serve you.
Did you know that they make breakfast?
We didn't.
No, we didn't. So we are off on a new adventure. This one's going to be quite different.
Yeah, this is the longest travel day we've ever done. 830 miles in one day.
Why? Why?
Why in the world would we do that?
Why? Why?
Because we're crazy?
Yeah, because we're not going to tell you until the end.
Yes.
My goodness. So it is 7:30 in the morning. And for us, that's really freaking early. And to put that in perspective, I usually work anywhere between 8 to 10 p.m. at night because I work West Coast hours. So when we have to get up this early on a weekend, it feels like it might as well be 3 a.m. to us.
Yeah, we're not morning people just because he works Pacific time zone and we're in the East Coast.
Yeah, so we're going to take you on an 830-mile road trip today. And we're not telling you where we're going or why, but hold the hell on. We gone. Let's roll.
Yes, and that's 830 miles one way.
Yeah.
And we're going to do this in, what, 24 hours?
Yeah, because we're going to do 1,660 miles in 24 hours.
Well, maybe a little more in 24 hours. Maybe
Well, as long as we don't get snowed on.
30, 36?
As long as we don't get snowed on.
Yes. So perspective, we are in Central Florida, and let's see where the day goes.
All right, let's roll. Why are you wearing a jacket, Mrs. Peters?
Because it's freaking cold. It's 44 degrees.
I thought we were in Florida.
We are in Florida.
This ain't right.
No.
So our first stop of the road trip, where'd we go?
We went to Love's, and we had to fuel up. So right now in our gas truck, we can save 10 cents at Love's with the app.
Inquiring minds want to know, when you're at Love's, what's your road trip snackies?
Okay. So they get me every time. It's buy two, get one for $1. So Coke Zero, which we love.
Little
And
boring.
I know it's a little boring, but we still have our Chick-fil-A cups from this morning. They have the good ice and the styrofoam cups, which we know it's not recyclable, but it insulates very well.
Doesn't sweat.
So one of our go-to snacks that we don't eat very often, Skinny Girl popcorn. The reason why we like that is on long road trips, we can eat like a piece of popcorn at a time, and
I
it
don't
tastes
know
good.
if you've noticed they rebranded it. It no longer says Skinny Girl. It's now just
Oh, I'm
Skinny
sorry.
Pop.
Skinny Pop. I'm thinking the other one, Skinny Girl, that we use in the microwave.
Oh, well, either that or they went woke and...
I just know it by what it looks like, and I don't get the flavored one, the butter or the white cheddar cheese. But yep, a little bit of popcorn. It takes us a while to eat.
What's your guys' go-to snack on a road trip? On
Yeah.
travel days, what do you guys munch on? Let us know in comments. Well, we are 6 hours into the drive and we are nowhere near where we wanted to be.
No, we're just getting through Atlanta right now.
We are in Hotlanta right now.
Oh, hell no!
We have had an interesting turn of events. We lost 30 minutes about just trying to find somewhere to pee.
Yeah, so we needed to use the restroom, so we pulled off and we're like, you know what, it's about lunchtime, so let's stop and get some lunch. We went to a chicken place right off the road, and we try to go inside, and there's a note on the door saying there's
They
no
have no
water,
water.
that
Yeah.
they had to just shut down the store for the day. We're like, what in redneck hell is going on? So then we went across the street to a Chevron with like a Burger King or something like that. We go inside to use the restroom, and the restrooms are blocked off because there's no water.
Yep, no water there, and I hear the employees say that there was a water main break. So, okay, fine, we'll go down the road a little bit further. So we jump back on the highway, and guess where the water main break was? Right there at the entrance of the highway. So we waited in traffic, lost another 45 minutes right there.
Yeah, so we did go to the next exit, and luckily there was somewhere where we could get gas, use the restroom, and get some food all in one spot.
Yeah, and so now we're in Atlanta, and as you'll see in the time lapse, we are moving at the speed of smell.
Yes.
This is extremely slow. So this day has not gone good. It is now 3:20 p.m. We left at 7:30 a.m. Isn't that when I was griping about this morning?
I think so, yeah. It was early.
Yeah, we're way in, and we still have 395 miles to go. I'm a little worried we're going to fail.
We're going to be persistent because we already booked our hotel. We used our rewards because, we do travel a lot with our credit card. We get rewards and non-refundable points. So we use points.
We'll see. We're in Atlanta right now, and long way to go, and it is packed. According to the map, it says we've got 17-minute delay going through downtown at this point.
Well, that's going through Atlanta on the weekend.
We still haven't told them what we're doing and why we're doing it. I guess we'll have to keep them in suspense for a little bit longer.
Should we give them a teaser?
Of course. Everybody likes a teaser.
We're not traveling with our travel trailer.
Yep, no travel trailer, which means that our porta potty is not with us.
I know, that's the struggle. When we were trying to find somewhere to use the restroom, we're like, we miss our RV because we could just pull over in a safe spot, a rest area, and just use our own bathroom, which we prefer.
If you think you know what we're doing, put something in the comments down below and call us out. See if you know where we're at and what we're doing.
One eternity later.
I quit.
What do you quit?
I quit driving. I'm done. I am burned out, fried, tired.
Yeah, it was a long drive day. It's just crazy. We finally checked in. It is 10:21 p.m. Eastern time. We stayed in the same time zone.
It is 9 minutes short of 15 hours, 830 miles down.
Yeah.
Oh, thank God we get a good night's sleep. And where we're going in the morning is basically next door.
It is. After breakfast and coffee.
After coffee.
Oh,
So,
we're excited though. We're very excited.
So, see you in the morning. Good night.
Good night. Boy, oh boy, it's been quite the morning. Time to refuel. I need some caffeine.
Yeah. When we got up at 7:15, 7:20 this morning, after driving for almost 15 hours, we went to
a Chevy dealership in Kentucky.
Shocker, right? Chevy. We drove all the way to Kentucky and we went to Georgetown.
Yes, we did.
And why did we go to Jorgetown?
So we had been looking for a new dually because we have something big coming up soon in 2 to 3 weeks.
But that's not today.
Not today. That's for another day.
There you go.
So we missed having a dually. We decided we're going to go get another dually. So Chris went on to Chevrolet.com. Of course, he looked at Fords and Rams. We looked at it all.
Yep.
But we love Chevy.
We do.
But I have to admit that Chevy trucks are definitely, by far, the most luxurious trucks.
We're bow tie people. And so he went on there, put on the filters what we wanted, what would make us happy, and then filtered from there. And
I was thanking, right? With the capital A, thanking. And my thanking told me if I put the model of truck in, which we wanted, which was a Silverado 3500 High Country, which is what I wanted. And then I put all the features in there, and you can filter the website to just show you the trucks that are available. And I opened it up to nationwide. And then I had a thought, and I sorted by lowest price to highest price. And the reason my brain went there was, well, we know this is the truck we want.
yes.
And then who's going to sell it to me for the lowest price? So we went to lowest price.
Yeah.
And it worked out freaking perfectly because the dealership in Kentucky, which is Dan Cummins. There we go. Dan Cummins, like the diesel engine. They advertise like incredible pricing. So we decided to get a hold of the dealership. Everything was on the up and up. They gave us a fair offer on the trade. So we drove the 830 miles and we bought this dually.
The cool part is they did offer to deliver it to us for a fee. And we for us, based where we're at, where they're at, it made financial sense for us to drive up.
Yeah. And it was going to be about $2,600 for them to get it towed down to our house, dropped off, and then take our truck and send it back up to, Kentucky. And the reason we decided not to do it is you're supposed to put about anywhere between 500 to 1,000 miles on your truck before you tow. And this upcoming week, we're going to our rally.
Yes.
And so we're going to have to tow anyway. So it just made sense. Drive up, drop our old truck off, trade it in,
Yeah.
grab the new truck, drive home. By the time we get home, we'll have 842
Well, we'll probably have
miles.
like 900 because like all the different, go in the stores,
Right.
step around town, checking
But
mail.
we're good. We'll be able to tow. So
Oh yeah.
I'm sure you guys are smart. We didn't surprise anybody, so.
No. And we put teasers out on our social media, like, where do you think we're at? Oh my gosh, there's snow. It was cold.
Yeah, it is cold. We're in the hills of Kentucky, and there's snow on the ground and frozen waterfalls. And
Yeah, and beautiful mountains just driving through. It's beautiful, even with, it's not green. And
Yep. So what do we do next? We bought the truck. Woohoo! Now we're on the road. What's our first stop?
Buc-ee's.
A pile of salsa beaver nuggets, try a little fudge, jerky, and a pulled pork sandwich just because.
What, Redneck Hell?
Yes.
No.
Yes.
So, of course, our first stop was Buc-ee's. We got some lunch, and we got a sign.
Yeah, we did. We got a huge Air Force sign. It's like half Air Force, half flag. I've been eyeballing them forever. We wanted to decorate with it, so we grabbed that. So yeah, we made our very first stop at Buc-ee's, and I remembered how much it cost to fill up a diesel and how much it cost to fill up DEF. And I was like, well, we're back.
We are back. We're grateful that we have the Open Roads program.
Yeah.
So I'm going to link that down below because you can save some money. We've missed using it. We've missed when we're towing our RV, going to the truck stops and utilizing their fuel program.
And honestly, I miss that big old booty, y'all.
Yep.
I mean, we bought the single rear wheel to be shorter, narrower, to fit in our driveway.
And for the which made sense. And
Quit giving hints, lady.
so we missed having a dually with a big butt.
There you go. And all the features.
Chris, he likes a big butt.
I didn't say it. I don't deny it, but I didn't say it.
I know. I'm so glad the good Lord blessed me with a big butt.
All right, so now we're in a pickle. We've got 742 miles to go till we're home, which means we'll be at home at about 1:15 in the morning pending traffic. Add about 30 minutes for pee breaks and gas.
Yes.
We'll probably be home at 2 o'clock in the morning. So I want you to put it in the comments, would you man or woman it up and just drive through and get home at 2 o'clock in the morning? Or do we take our time, stay in a hotel tonight and get home tomorrow? It's still the weekend. It's not a problem. We drove up on the weekend, so.
And it's 2:45 p.m. with
741 miles to go. Let us know in the comments.
Yeah, what would you do in this situation? I mean, we had a pretty good night's sleep.
I feel good.
We're fueling up.
Got our monsters on, so we'll see.
And we're not towing. That's another big thing, too.
Yeah. Stick around. Let's see what happens. If I ever find Murphy, I'm going to whoop his ass.
Right?
I am sick of him showing up every time we buy something new.
Gosh, how far were we in our trip back from the dealership?
141 miles to be exact.
And then there was a truck that was passing us in the fast lane. And when they passed, they didn't have fender flares, and a rock came up and chipped our windshield right in the middle.
Yes, that would be the brand new truck that we're telling you about 141 miles ago. Nice big rock chip. So Murphy laughs at us and breaks our windshield. Then it goes a step further. We try to find safe light.
Yeah, so I go on my phone, go into maps, and look up a safe light. I find one right on the route, right on 75. I route us there. And guess what? We show up, and I think, Chris goes in there as I wait in the truck, and lights were out, door was locked an hour early.
They closed early. So we routed to another one 3 miles away, which was their corporate offices. Well, clearly, they don't do that.
Yeah, I left a Yelp review for the one building that closed an hour early.
Yeah, it was awful. And then we had to go to Walmart. Woo! Wally World for the save.
And guess what? They have a glass repair kit.
Yeah, I did know that. I was hoping to have a professional do it just to get us back on the road quicker, but Walmart has a Rain-X glass repair kit, so I ended up doing the process 2 times on the glass repair kit, which is really easy. Suction cup, put the resin in, screw it down, wait 6 minutes. Because right now we're in Tennessee where this happened, and it's colder than Well Digger's Freckle.
It's 48 degrees.
So we had to turn the defrost on the windshield to high to get the windshield warm enough for the resin to actually cure. So we did that 2 times.
What he's trying to say is he hotboxed in here.
It was roasting.
It was.
I had to have the windshield hot enough that the resin would spread into the little bitty cracks because it was starting to crack out of the circle where we took the rock chip.
Yeah, so Chris has used this product years ago.
Yeah, it was years ago, and it worked fine. So we did it twice. We put on the we put a little drop on the top of the dot, and then you put a finalizing sheet, which is like thin sheet of plastic, because
I think it's called a curing sheet.
Yeah, because it's so flinging cold here, and we're driving wind chill.
I went back inside to Walmart just to get a roll of Scotch tape.
Yeah, and so we Scotch taped the curing sheet to the windshield, so we're looking a little hillbilly right now, y'all.
What in redneck hell?
Right? In case you wondered. So, yeah, we're back on the road. The only bad part is because of all this running around. Are we going to make it home tonight?
We are not. Even if we just drove straight through, right now it says we would arrive, if we had no other stops, we'd arrive at the house at 2:23 a.m. And we're still in the same time zone, which we have not left this time zone.
So that's not going to happen. So let's see what else brings this fun adventure home.
But on a positive note, our neighbor's been collecting our packages for us.
Jesus. Everybody, I hope you're coming to the rally. We got a lot of goodies.
We do.
All right, let's keep going. Let's see how this does.
Just keep driving. Just keep driving. Boy, today was very, very, very long. We just got to the hotel and it is, let's see, 10:18 p.m.
Another 12 minutes short of 15-hour day. And clearly...
Well, kind of. I mean, we left the dealership at 1-ish.
No, I'm talking about when we got up this morning.
Oh, yeah, we got up early. We got up before 7.
I know. But here we are in another flinging hotel. Where are we at?
We're at some Hilton Garden.
Macon, Georgia, outside of Mercer University. Oh, my God. But we are beat. We did get 500 miles in today, so that's good.
Yeah.
The truck's running extremely well.
Yes.
And tomorrow, we got a secret to tell them.
Oh, we do. What's the secret?
We're going to tell them how we found what I would argue is the best deal in America on a truck and saved over $10,000 off of MSRP. We'll tell you all about it.
Yes. And now we're going to go get some sleep. Much needed sleep.
Right? Do it again in the morning.
Well, it's a beautiful day today. We're about 170 miles out from home, and we got nothing but time.
Yeah, and life is good. We started this morning at 35 degrees. We are up to 65 degrees, which tells me we are driving in the correct direction.
Yes, we no longer see snow on the ground, which is great. I see green grass and trees.
And I mentioned last night that we got what we would say is probably the best deal going in America right now on vehicles. I want to explain a little bit about how we came about getting that deal.
Yeah.
So that if you're in a market for a new vehicle, regardless of brand, you can do the same thing. We went on to Chevrolet.com and we filtered the website to Silverado LTZ and High Country. And then we did a bunch of comparisons between the two to figure out which model and trim level we wanted.
And we made sure we added the features that was important to both of us. Since we are going back to full-time RV life, we definitely want to be comfortable.
Absolutely. So we decided we wanted a High Country, but we didn't want all the features because Martha was like, no way about the parking.
Well, that would be more like Chris. Like, we both tow, we both drive, we both love driving the dually, but there's a self-parking feature that I don't feel like it was $2,000 more, and I don't feel like Chris would actually utilize it.
No, probably not. And then also there was a couple other things, like when you open the door, the side steps were electric and they would raise and lower on their own. And
for preference, that's not something we like.
So we decided we wanted the trim level at the High Country with the premium package, but with minus a couple features. So we filtered the website to exactly what we want. And then from there, we find all of the locations that have it. And it usually starts out with like 20 to 50 mile radius. I changed it to nationwide. The reason for nationwide is because honestly, we're willing to drive anywhere to buy the vehicle as long as the price makes sense. Yes. Once we found the High Country that we wanted nationwide, I sorted, so keyword sort, I sorted lowest price to highest price, which then took the exact model we're looking for and put the lowest price advertised at the top of the list. And when I did that, we found Dan Cummins in Kentucky.
Yeah, in Georgetown, Kentucky. We also filtered for color of truck as well. We chose 3 different colors that would complement our
Future.
RV.
We'll leave it at that.
Yes.
So once I sorted it, it came up with Dan Cummings. And the nice thing is on the Chevy websites, it'll show you MSRP and then it'll show you dealer's price or advertised price. Dan Cummings advertised this truck for $9,700 and some change off of MSRP. And then Chevrolet has an additional $500 that you get for military. So we ended up being able to find this truck for $10,300 below MSRP.
And just for like point of reference, our home base is still in Florida.
Yep.
House is on the market, but
Still Florida.
still Florida. So we did look all around Florida, the different dealerships, the two dealerships that we usually take our previous dually and our Alaskan Grizzly truck to, and they were way above MSRP.
Yeah, Florida's still acting a fool, and they were like $1,500 to $2,500 dealer markup above MSRP. So when you look at that in comparison, you're talking $12,000 to $13,000 more than what Kentucky had.
My question to him is like, should we try to sell our Grizzly truck private party or trade it in? And there was good points and bad points to each, but ultimately we decided to trade it in, and
It's a numbers game, really. Dan Cummins offered us $6,000 less than we owed, so we were going to pay the stupid tax. It's less than a year old. It's gas. We knew that, right? We're upside down $6,000, but $6,000 less ended up being perfect because Florida sales tax works that when you trade in a vehicle, the value you get out of that, they deduct off the new one. So they took the money they're giving us for the trade-in and deducted that from the new purchase, which worked out to be about $6,000 less in taxes that we had to pay on the new one.
I really don't know what he said at the end of this.
So when you looked at the big picture, we're getting the amount they're giving us for trade-in plus the tax savings. Basically, we were able to break even on the trade versus selling it private party, which was going to be hard. It's a 3,500 gas. There's a limited market that would want that.
And we have a time frame that we're working with, and you'll know why in a future video, but we have a time frame.
By doing that, basically, we ended up breaking even off the tax benefit plus what they gave us for the new truck, and they were so much cheaper off of MSRP. That 830 mile drive one way was absolutely worth it. What you're really looking for is a volume dealer.
Yes, and the reason why is that they had 11 different dualies that we were in the market for at their location. So that meant that they really do want to sell them. The price was right, and it worked out. It was going to be a wash for trading our previous truck in that we had for less than a year. We love that truck, but future video will explain why.
Killing me, Smalls!
Volume dealers are really important. We know of two now. So we know of Dave Smith out of Kellogg, Idaho. Not sponsored, just bought a truck there. It was a good experience. Dan Cummins out of Kentucky. They're massive dealerships. They make their money off selling a ton of vehicles, not by trying to get every nickel out of every vehicle. So volume dealers are great to work with.
Yeah, and it was in a great location. Customer service was great. No complaints there.
And it was all on the up and up. No bull, no games, no fees, nothing like trying to get a nickel out of you. It was just a straightforward process.
Now, before we committed to driving up there, we connected with the dealership to ensure that the truck we narrowed it down to one, because we kind of like went back and forth about the other features. The other truck that we could have got was a different color. It had the self-parking, this
Flex tailgate.
Yeah, the flex tailgate, and then the side steps that fold out, fold in. And we decided not to go with that one, to go with the one that we now call the Pearl.
Yeah, I should have put my hat on because my hair, boy, it's sexy right now. No, you're already in. This is us. I had our hat on and then I took it off. But,
yeah,
so
long drive day.
You love my hair? If you love my hair, comment down below.
I love your hair.
I got hat fro.
It's okay, let it go.
Let it go.
He'll be getting a haircut soon.
So on a positive note, the window repair went really well.
I went back into Walmart, grabbed some Scotch tape so he could put that little,
I don't know, the finishing cover or whatever it was.
That little rectangle plastic thing to go on there.
And then by this morning, it finally got enough sun that it cured. So I hit it with a razor blade, scraped off the excess. And now all you see is the little bitty mark where the rock hit, because there's the imperfection from the impact of the rock. But the actual repair is flush. The cracks are gone.
Yeah.
So it looks really good. Not bad for a Walmart parking lot fix.
Yeah.
Life is good. So we are going to make it home. We failed on our attempt to get up and back in 30 hours, or basically one overnight. Ended up being 2.
You know, the roads can be unpredictable, and more so the traffic. So there was some road construction, there was some traffic, there was a couple accidents. We would rather just be safe and not rush. That's why we did this over the weekend.
Tomorrow.
Wasn't that crazy? 830 miles one way to get this brand new truck, and then 830 miles on the way back. Now you guys want to see it? It's absolutely gorgeous. We're loving it. It's comfortable, and Chris and I, we feel like it's even quieter when we're driving. Let's go take a tour. All right, Chris, what is it?
Sexy. Oh yeah. But that's probably not a brand, model, make, or any of that thing. We got a Chevy Silverado 3500 Duramax diesel, Allison transmission, and high country trim level. We went all out on this one because we're going to be spending way too much time on the road.
Now, one more question. What year?
Well, 2025, of course.
All
We
right.
went ahead and got a new one. The interest rates were incredible through GM, so we jumped on it. Let's go take a tour.
All right, everyone wants to know the numbers.
Well, come on, nerd, nerd, nerd.
I know they're all thinking I'm so wide and nerdy. Think I'm just too wide and nerdy. Think I'm just too wide and nerdy.
One of the things that GM does that I absolutely love is they put the trailering information right down here. So let's take these off because I've reached that age in life where reading is a little difficult. So we've got a gross vehicle weight rating of 14,000 pounds. We've got a max payload of 5,224 pounds, a curb weight of 8746, she a thick one, and then a rear axle rating of 10,400 and a combined weight rating of 40,000 pounds. So what does this mean conventional towing for us? We'll say with a gooseneck, it's 31,000 pounds with a max tongue weight of 4,650. Now you're probably thinking 4,650 on a 1-ton. That is lower than what we had in our Silverado LTZ. Now, one of the things you sacrifice when you go up to a high country trim level is you lose capacity because they had all these bells and whistles. So our LTZ, which was a 2021, was about a 500-pound tongue weight more capacity than what this one is. So 4,600. The good thing is our travel trailer's got a 1,000-pound tongue. Not much to worry about there. So let's go on the inside. You gotta admit, that was pretty awesome. The high country trim level, for us, what really sold us on this is the adaptive cruise control, which I really like about the truck. So when I put it in cruise control, it'll automatically adjust my following distance based on the vehicles in front of me. When you're towing, that is a wonderful feature to have. We did go with the one that has leather. It's got integrated brake controller down here. So a lot of the Chevys have this. I think most of the big three do, but we have an integrated brake controller. The steering wheel controls are wonderful, so I can keep my hands on the wheel and my eyes on the road and be able to control everything. So we have not only the cruise control on this side, you have the voice commands and most of the features of your gauge over here. And then behind on both sides, we have the audio control. It does have a tow haul mode, and being that it's a diesel, it has an exhaust engine brake. We did decide to go back to diesel with this one. You'll find out why later.
I hope the world can see now what's really going on out here, because it's getting ridiculous.
Now, for those that don't know what a heads-up display is, kind of describe what it is and where do you see it as the driver?
Sure. So the heads-up display is right here. It's hard to tell with the sun, but it is a display that projects onto the windshield. When we're towing and we have our directions up on the maps, it'll tell me what exits I have to. So all the GPS information's on there, the speed limit to the road, how fast I'm going. There's also, if you're going up hills, it'll show you what grade you're at, what angles you're at. It's a wonderful feature that gives us information without having to look down at your gauges or your dash.
And it helps you keep your eyes on the road instead of, continuing looking down at the screen or down below. What else I like about it is if you're driving, say, solo or something, and you have control of, like, say, our radio station or satellite radio, you're able to see when you're switching stations what you're
you never take your
on.
eyes off the road. It's really important. This is a awesome feature. It's expandable mirrors. I really missed this quite a bit when we had our Grizzly, which was our 1-ton. So having that feature from a towing perspective is wonderful.
Yeah, we didn't have that on our Grizzly, and we missed it. We had it on our previous dually, which was awesome.
This one has the Bose stereo system, which we really like. I'm definitely an audio snob, so let's get some. I won't be able to play it. Obviously, you guys won't be able to hear anything anyways. It would sound terrible. Oh, I don't have my keys on me. That's hilarious.
So what I like is air-conditioned seats and then heated back end butt, which we call our rump roasters.
One of the reasons we decided to go with a GM product already is we already own the Bullet Point device. So the Bullet Point, we have magnet for our TPMS. We have the cell phone holder for the cell phones, and then of course we have the halo view. So that's the way we set it up when we're traveling. I can see the maps here, I can see my TPMS, I have access to my phone, and then we have our backup camera, which is also a TPMS.
And normally we do have this tilted over a little more so I can monitor that. I can look at the back of our RV and make sure everything's okay. And then we also have our halo view dash cam.
Yep, it's integrated. Another thing, a shameless plug here for open roads if you don't already use them. If you travel as much as we do, they actually have a nationwide toll tag. This isn't sponsored, just telling you, one toll tag everywhere in the United States. So that's something that works out really well for us. Other than that, one big difference between this and our other ones, our last two trucks didn't have a sunroof. I really like that.
Another feature that we brought over from our Grizzly is in this console. So we were able to use the same safe, and we had already installed it. I can link that video at the end. We just didn't want to do another video because it was literally the same safe in the same configuration.
Yeah, and this is a Tuffy brand, Tuffy. Again, not sponsored, just one that we use. And it's nice to have a safe to put documents, firearms, things of that nature. So there you go. I mean, it's a Chevy 1-ton diesel, and the features that we mentioned are kind of really what we wanted to point out. As you can see, high country. I'm sure you guys notice our beloved Rottweiler has passed. Our lovely,
sweet Callie girl.
So, but we decided to keep the bed back here because we love it from a storage standpoint to be able to put things on here on travel days. We plan on getting like an electric fridge type cooler to put back there, and it hides anything that we have under our seats. So it is a very nice option to have.
And if you're wondering what kind of pet hammock this is by A Pet's Planet, and we just want to give them a special shout out because towards the end of Callie's life, they warrantied this hammock for her, so she was able to be more comfortable at the end.
They have a lifetime guarantee on their product, and it ripped. She was a big girl. She put her paw through it, so it ripped right down here, and no hassle, no haggle, straightforward, and they replaced it. So it's great, but we find that it's really, really beneficial for groceries, for hiding tools underneath. It's
a great cargo carrier.
Yeah, absolutely.
Organizer.
Let's go to the back of the truck.
All right, let's go.
One of the features to me that was mandatory that I absolutely love is the electric tailgate. So you push a button, it automatically comes down. And as you can tell, we got lots of stuff in here because with the travel trailer, there's our storage. The other thing is you push the button and it goes up.
Now, they had a different tailgate that we could have got, but it wouldn't have the uppy-downy feature.
Right, it's like a roll-out tailgate. The other thing that I like about this quite a bit, so you're in Costco, you come out, you got your hands full, or you're at home after Costco and you got your hands full. If you just bump it and hold it for a second, it'll shut itself. So that's a nice feature. So this is a Rev, R-E-V, again, not sponsored, just one that we like. It's all aluminum slat and it rolls up. So it keeps everything dry and it's rigid so it doesn't flap around. The other one we had previously was Velcro.
Yeah, we had the Velcro one on our first dually, which was fine, but we found that we did like this one better for us.
Yeah. Other than that, it is a standard Chevy Silverado. It's a really nice truck. We're very happy with it.
I'm going to point something out that the Grizzly didn't have that we have on here. So our Grizzly was a work truck, and what it did not have was the front cameras.
Yeah.
This is great and important for us, especially when you're parking, instead of me jumping out or you jumping out and spotting us in. So that's what we found that we missed quite a bit, was the front cameras.
And this one happens to have cameras 360. So both mirrors, front, back, over the top, the rear view mirror.
We gotta be heading for the roof. Air one, we need to establish visual on the rooftop, northeast corner, chambers, and light.
It has cameras absolutely everywhere.
Which is very important when you got that big booty back there.
Hey, we found that to be a very important feature for towing.
Did we tell everyone what we named our truck?
No.
Miss Pearl.
Why is that?
Because it's got that pearl paint with the sparkles.
Yes.
I love it.
She wanted glitter, y'all. Happy wife, happy life.
Thank you, baby.
Well, you saw our journey of 1,660 miles to go pick up Miss Pearl from Kentucky.
Okay, now I want to ask a question for all y'all, for our tribe. Why do you think we switched from our 1-ton gas Grizzly to a dually, diesel dually?
I'm compensating y'all.
Yeah,
let us know.
Yeah, let us know down below in the comments. Why do you think we switched back to a diesel dually?
They'll figure it out. So, thank you very much for watching. Give us a thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe. It means the world to us.
Let us know what you think of Miss Pearl.
And, most importantly,
enjoy every moment.
Even when you get a rock chip on the way home in a brand new truck.
Oh my gosh. But you know what? It's actually held up.
Yes, it's done
Very
great.
impressive. You did a great job, baby.
That's right. You heard that, y'all. Put it on the calendar.
Okay, ring that bell so you know when our videos come out.
Have a good one.